Well, I think you know the answer to that. He's a great leader and a great player. So whenever you take that out of your side, and he's been a constant for us for so many years, that you just get into the rhythms of having him there. When you take a leader like that out, there are going to be some holes to fill. And it's not that we're not trying to fill it; it's just that the hole is quite big. It takes a mammoth effort to lift the team up when you have one of your best player who is unavailable. So there's a psychological aspect as well. But we are good enough to do that, and the two games we've played are probably, whilst we've certainly lost Dhoni, they've been performances that have been well below par from an individual and a team performance. So they've coincided with changing of the side, but they've also been a little bit disappointing in terms of personal performances. Okay, a lot of information there. One, I don't think we're lucky to be top of the table. I think we've worked hard for it. We play on a track that is difficult to bat on, so we've worked hard for that. Two, the consistency in selection has given us benefits so far. Watson's a good example of that. We've got players that aren't in form. VJ has been on the fringes throughout the tournament. He's trained well. And we've discussed opportunities for him at length. Today was that opportunity, and you're right, it would have been good if it was 75 not out. But that over the next 4 days is something that we'll discuss. There's international players that are out of form, and my theory in MS is that we back those players as long as we can, but certainly you don't stay in those positions as of right, you have to earn them. And it was good that VJ posted a substantial score today, so that was good. It'd be good if we had more competition, but at the moment he's certainly one that put his hand up with an opportunity. No, the least amount they bat, the better. So I'd rather they didn't bat at all, which would mean your top order's going well. So the teams, look at the Sunrisers, they've been dominant at the top. The fact that we've got players down at 8 that can win games is a positive, but they shouldn't face that many balls in a tournament if you're going well. So the fact that they have faced that many balls shows that, one, the conditions we've played in out here have been tricky, and two, we just haven't had players in a rich vein of form as yet. Last year we were very lucky to have Raidu and Watson lead the way with others contributing. I think this year Dhoni has probably been the main contributor, and then Watson, of course, last, and Rayner. So there hasn't been a lot of personal milestones met, but again, the conditions here have been difficult and scores have been low. But I would like the top order to keep being greedy. You would like more. He would like more himself. He's obviously building towards a World Cup as well. So the expectation there is that he'll play a key role. But yeah, we need a little bit more from him. There has been probably more opportunities, going back to the last question, than we expected. We sort of had him as a finishing role with the ability to manipulate the field. But he is good enough to play an anchor role as well. So he's disappointed that he hasn't made the most of those opportunities, as a number of our players are. Well, it's not a charity. You don't hand out games. You've got to earn games. And these guys are going to be good players, but they are sitting on the fringes for a reason. They're making their way in domestic cricket, and they've got some great skills. But sometimes you can get caught up in how they play in the nets, and experience counts for a lot for me. So that's why, again, make no apologies to the young players that are coming through. They've got to earn their right to play with us. It's been a formula that you'd say has been successful over a number of years. And I'll stress again, if you chop and change and you don't have a basis for what you're selecting players for, you can end up in a right muddle, not knowing what you want to do. And then the Jagaditions and the players spit out at the end of it more confused than they are when they know what they have to improve on. And then get even more desperate for their opportunity. We've had a number of players who haven't had opportunities with us, when we haven't been able to buy them back, go on and have a great career for someone else. And that's the benefit of sitting, learning and understanding from potentially better players, or better players at the time, that help them out. So the opportunity to learn is key, but we're not going to hand out caps just because the public or press think they need a bit of change. There's more basis to it than that. They're both pretty sick. Yeah, they're both unwell, virus and bacteria. I think a lot of teams are struggling at the moment through that. We're looking forward to a 4-day break. It's probably come one day too late. Well, statistically it shows not that winning the toss and bowling first is a key way to go. There's quite a bit of dew out there. We just weren't good enough to do it. The last game was a good example of that, and most of the games we've played here this season, apart from one, have been a good example of that. So once you get a trend of how the ground is playing, it's got to be pretty compelling to change that. and hindsight is not a reason or a compelling reason.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.